This is a discussion on the functions of your adrenal glands in relation to problems in the hormone adrenocorticotropic hormone. So before we deal into deficiencies in your ACTH or excessive secretions of your ACTH, let's talk about your adrenal glands first as an endocrine organ. Your adrenal glands, class, is that organ that is found on top of your kidney. So duha imong kidney, ibabaw ana naapod ang imuhang duha ka adrenal glands. Okay? So if this is your kidney, ibabaw ana, class, no? At the superior aspect of your kidney, you can find your adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands are of two different divisions. Ang katong naa sa gawas sa imuhang adrenal gland is what we call as the adrenal cortex. And ang katong naa sa tunga or sa sulod sa imuhang adrenal glands, we call that, class, as adrenal medulla. Now, what are the functions of your adrenal cortex? Your adrenal cortex, class, is responsible for three things. Number one, it secretes glucocorticoids. Number two, it also secretes mineralocorticoids. And number three, it is also responsible for the secretion of your androgenic hormones. When we speak of androgen hormones, this refers to estrogen and testosterone, or collectively called as your sex hormones. So ang adrenal gland na ay gawas, na ay sulod. Ang gawas is the cortex, which secretes glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, and your androgenic hormones, estrogen and testosterone. On the other hand, unsa man ang function sa imuhang medulla? So the medulla is responsible for the secretion of catecholamines. And when we speak of catecholamines, this refers to either epinephrine or your norepinephrine. Now, what is the function of your glucocorticoid? Ang imong glucocorticoid, class, is otherwise known as cortisol, and it is very responsible for conditions like the release of cortisol or glucocorticoids in cases of stress. So that's why your glucocorticoids are also known as your stress hormones. And your glucocorticoids is also responsible for the production or for the increase of glucose in the body. Okay? So, si glucocorticoid ang responsible sa atong pag-fight sa stress. Si glucocorticoid ang responsible para pagpataas sa ato ang glucose levels, especially in cases nga patay kaon. So si glucocorticoid ang responsible, ana. Your mineralocorticoids, on the other hand, is responsible for the secretion of aldosterone. And when we say aldosterone, siya ang responsible for the reabsorption of two important things. Number one, reabsorption of sodium, and number two, the reabsorption of water. So this is one principal, class, that wherever sodium goes, the water will follow. Or wherever water goes, sodium will follow. Best friend yun na ang sodium and water. But that is only insofar as the aldosterone function is concerned. Because if we go back to our diabetes insipidus and our syndrome of inappropriate antidiuretic hormone, you would notice na ang ADH, antidiuretic hormone, is responsible only as to the aspect of water. Walay labot ang imuhang sodium. Okay? And your androgen, as a hormone of the adrenal cortex, is responsible for the formation of estrogen and testosterone. Meaning to say, bisan paglalaki ka, naagihapon kay testosterone. Bisan pagbabay ka, bisag lalaki ka, naagihapon kay estrogen. Bisag babay ka, naagihapon kay testosterone. Pero, ang laki, mas daghan og testosterone kay naaman mi androgen, pero naapod mi itlog. So taas gid mi testosterone. That's why we will manifest the symptoms or the characteristics of testosterone hormone, like broad voice, mustache, si testosterone ana. Ang babae class, di ba na sila estrogen? Okay? Ang laki na aman po estrogen. And what is the effect of estrogen? Di ba mao man na siya makapadako sa tutoy? Pero nganong ang babae dagko magtutoy? Because they have estrogen from the adrenal cortex and they also produce estrogen during their menstrual cycles. Yang laki wa may regla. So mao na mas daghan ang estrogen sa babae, mas daghan ang testosterone sa lalaki. But it does not follow na estrogen is exclusive to babae. Naapod ang laki. Okay? And the same is true to your testosterone. On the other hand, ang imong adrenal medulla is responsible for the secretion of catecholamines. And there are two catecholamines, epinephrine and norepinephrine. Unsa man ang function ni epinephrine? Si epinephrine is responsible for your heart rate and your respiratory rate. So mao di ay na class nga basta ang imong pasyente wala nay pulso, imong tabangon, unsa may ihatag ni nurse during a code or during emergency situations. It is your epinephrine. In fact, epinephrine is given 1 ampule in every 5 minutes. So di gyud ka mohunong og hatag ana hangtod di mo ingon ang doktor nga hunong na. Unya kabantay ka ang pasyente patay na. Pero nganong murag na pa manggihapoy electrical current ang iyang heart. Nganong di manggihapon mo flatline ang ECG. Muana ang family nga ayaw sa dok undang gidok kay nganong naapay electrical current ang iyang heart. Well, it is not actually the heart that is functioning anymore, but rather the effects of epinephrine. So remember class, ang epinephrine is a catecholamine. It is naturally occurring and naturally produced by your adrenal medulla. And it is responsible for heart rate and RR. Muhatag ni kag epi, musaka ang heart rate, musaka ang RR. On the other hand, ang imuhang norepinephrine, para unsa man na siya class, it is responsible for your blood pressure. Meaning, if patients are severely hypotensive, unsa may tambal atong ihatag, we can give norepinephrine because with more epinephrine, your BP increases. So this is the simple overview class of the function of your adrenal glands. Now, let's have a little twist. Let's talk about the hypofunction of your adrenal gland. A hypofunctional adrenal gland is what we call Addison's disease. Okay? You call it Addison's because you need to add something. Kay kuwang man siya. Kuwang siya, for example, o glucocorticoid. So you add glucocorticoids. Kuwang siya mineralocorticoids. So you add mineralocorticoids. Kay nganong mo add man ka? Kay kuwang man siya. So class, your adrenal glands will become hypofunctional if the levels of adenocorticotropic hormone is low. So therefore, class, otherwise stated, what is Addison's disease? Ang Addison's disease is a condition where the levels of adenocorticotropic hormone is low, causing a slow or low function of the adrenal glands. So when the adrenal glands is hypofunctional, then the adrenal cortex is also hypofunctional together with the medulla. So kung hypofunctional ang adrenal cortex, it follows therefore na ang imuhang sugar, imuhang salt, o imong sex hormones, pulos pud na siya muubos. So kabantay mo class, unsa ang mga adrenal cortex hormones? They are SSS. Niubos ang SSS, Addison's. Unsa man ang first S? Sugar or your glucose, glucocorticoids. Salt or your mineralocorticoids. Sex hormones or your estrogen and testosterone. So what happens, class, if your glucocorticoid is low? So if low ang imuhang glucocorticoid, will the patient be able to tolerate stress? Of course not. So one of the symptoms is the inability of the patient to tolerate stress. Okay? So one symptom of Addison's disease is the inability of the patient to tolerate stress. What is the effect? If ubos ang imuhang glucose, then you will manifest hypoglycemia. Okay? So that's one symptom. And also, your glucocorticoid class, no, when absent, will cause the inhibition of the production of your melanin stimulating hormone. That's why a patient with Addison's disease will manifest a bronze-colored skin. Okay? So tulo, when the glucocorticoid is absent, ang patient cannot tolerate stress, will have hypoglycemia, and will have the inability to produce or to secrete. The body will have the inability to produce or secrete melanin-stimulating hormone, causing a bronze-colored skin or in some cases, hypopigmentation. How about if the salt or the mineralocorticoid is reduced? So kung gamay ra kag mineralocorticoid, that will lead to a poor production of aldosterone. And when there is poor production of aldosterone, then there will be poor reabsorption of sodium and water. So what happens if dili ma-reabsorb ang imuhang water? You will have fluid volume deficit. And fluid volume deficit is a state of dehydration which eventually can make the patient or turn the patient into a state of shock. What happens if we cannot reabsorb your sodium? Then you will have a state of hyponatremia. And you know the opposite of hyponatremia, you will have hyperkalemia. Now, unsa may epekto if ubos ang imuhang sodium electrolyte? Remember again, class, unsa ng sodium? It is an electrolyte. It is a major electrolyte for the functions of the brain, such that when you have poor levels of sodium, you will develop, number one, altered level of consciousness, or number two, you may develop seizures. How about on the aspect of poor androgen hormones? Then what will the patient with Addison's disease manifest? Your patient will manifest poor amount, okay, will manifest poor amount of axillary or pubic hair. So wala na sila'y buhok sa ilok o pubic hair because of the poor androgenic hormones in patients with Addison's. I do not know, class, if I have mentioned ngano man na niubos ang imong adenocorticotropic hormone. Well, this is an autoimmune condition. Okay? Unsa ganinang autoimmune condition? It means to say that your very own immune system is attacking your body instead of protecting your body. Okay? Next. Okay? Those are the symptoms under the adrenal cortex. Now let's go to the catecholamines. So if the adrenal medulla will have poor function, your catecholamines will also be affected. Okay? Number one, muubos ang imuhang norepinephrine. So if muubos ang imuhang norepinephrine, what will the patient manifest? Your patient will manifest hypotension. Okay? On the other hand, what happens to your epinephrine? Now, this is what you have to remember. Kani ang nalahi, class. Ang imong epinephrine, musaka. Ano man? Ang epinephrine is a very critical hormone in the body. It always compensates by secreting a lot of it. Ano man? If the body stops producing epinephrine, if the body stops secreting epinephrine, then we cannot tolerate any other stress in the body, any other disease conditions in the body. Ang resulta, ang tao patay. Muubos na ganinang imong epinephrine, patay yun ang tao. So your epinephrine will always attempt to compensate. So whether Addison's or Cushing's, your epinephrine hormone is always up. Okay? And because epinephrine hormone is up, what happens to the heart rate? There will be increase in heart rate. And what happens to the RR? There will be increase in your respiratory rate. So if you notice this, class, no? If you notice this, the following symptoms. One, okay? One, tachycardia. Two, tachypnea. Three, hypotension. If you notice, unsa maning tulo ka symptoms. These three symptoms are actually signs of shock. And this is what we call as a state of Addisonian crisis. Okay? So your Addisonian crisis is a condition that is characterized by a severe condition of hypotension, no? And signs of shock. Sa tungtulo ka signs of shock, hypotension, tachycardia, tachypnea. Hypotachy-tachy. Okay? So now, what do we do if the patient has Addison's disease? How do we manage a patient with Addison's disease? Well, number one, you need to reduce stress. Anong ato mang i-reduce ang stress? Because a patient with Addison's disease cannot tolerate stress. Nganong di man siya ka-tolerate stress? Kay wala man siya cortisol or your glucocorticoids. Number two, what do we do with the diet of the patient? So there should be high sodium diet while there should be a low potassium diet. Number three, we give glucocorticoid. Four, we give mineralocorticoid. Diba? Ingon ko, in Addison's, we need to add glucocorticoid. We need to add mineralocorticoid. What are examples of glucocorticoid? You can give prednisone. Okay, your prednisone is a glucocorticoid. Okay? How about your mineralocorticoid? You can give fludrocortisone. Oh, that's a mineralocorticoid. But what should the nurse watch out for when you give your glucocorticoid and mineralocorticoid? Of course, because they are steroids, you monitor for infection. But remember, your glucocorticoids and mineralocorticoids are GI irritants. Meaning to say, they should always be taken with food. And that ends our discussion on Addison's disease.